Start with the hottest topic, Drake, right? So over the weekend, Drake made a post basically subliminally taking a shot at JayZ, it seems like. Everyone's confused. It seemed like something that he posted by mistake almost, but he never deleted it, so I guess it was on purpose. It was a photo of Solange, Solange, I said Solange. Solange, who, if you don't know who Solange is, Beyonce's sister. And it was the photo specifically right after the elevator fight that happened, I think, in 2014.
It was a minute ago, yeah.
Yeah, around 2014. It was a while ago, right? If it was 2014, then that was like 10 years ago, exactly. She basically was beating up JayZ or punching him, however you want to say, however you want to describe it. Yeah, she beat his ass, defending her sister. Because I guess at that moment she found out that JayZ was cheating on Beyonce with Becky with the
good hair.
With the good hair.
Yeah.
Right. Off of this, we got the Lemonade album. We got the 444 album.
Amazing.
A lot of historic music. A lot of history was made in the culture. But it was crazy because this was the first public incident that we've seen JayZ basically take his first L of his career, right? Where it's like, oh, she punched, she slapped him. The elevator video got leaked, etc. And then Solange with the famous photos right after with the paparazzi, she's like steaming and she's like mad right after what happened, driving away. I think it was at I forgot the specific event, but it was some event happening, I think in LA. So then JayZ, after this, we have him now. Years later, this year after the Diddy arrest, JayZ's now been thrown into the name, right? People are like, oh, JayZ's next, right? JayZ, etc. But I think it's a bit of both, right? It's the Diddy and JayZ allegations, which we're going to talk about a bit more. But it's also the Super Bowl, right? The Super Bowl happened, and JayZ's behind the Super Bowl decision. And then we have Kendrick Lamar performing at the halftime next year for the Super Bowl. Drake and the Kendrick Lamar beef. People are saying that JayZ did that to sub Drake. I felt like it was a reach that has nothing to do with Drake. It was just maybe monetary. He's the hottest artist this year, right? Kendrick Lamar. You want to get the clickbait going, the money going, the commercials, the most viewers. Kendrick Lamar probably get him that. You know, I think it was either Kendrick or Taylor Swift, and he went with Kendrick, right? He kept the hip hop how he's been doing it ever since Rock Nation basically has taken over. But now with this post, there's no other way to kind of look at it, I feel like, because if he was joking, he's not close enough to JayZ to joke this way. And anyone that's close enough to JayZ wouldn't joke this way, I feel like. And I was like, damn, did he mean to post this on his Finsta, the 100 gigs Finsta? But then if Drake posts this on his Finsta, technically it's still like,
it's a sub is
what
a
the
sub.
fuck is going on? It still would be taken as how it's being taken now because people know that's his Finsta. There's nobody else's Finsta. But I was dying to talk about this on the live stream. I want to know what the Cap Crew thinks in the live chat. What do you guys think about this? Is this directly a shot at JayZ? And also, does it feel like, I guess, breadcrumbs leading up to something that's going to be bigger? Like, is he going to go full anti-JayZ? Is he going to now start dissing JayZ? Is he going to start, kind of go against JayZ? Does he believe that JayZ is a part of this alleged sexual assault ring or anything? Did JayZ do anything inappropriate with anybody? Or does he know more about JayZ than us? Probably, right? Drake is Drake, right? When we're us, right? He's Drake. He's a fucking billionaire guy that has all these connections.
Told us, though.
Say that?
I feel like Kanye would have told us at this point.
That would be sick.
But Kanye did say something. Remember, he was during those
During
I think
towards
they were
Diddy,
talking
though.
about money though.
Yeah, he's talking about money.
But remember, like, don't you guys remember? I think it was a Yeezus, one of those tours where he was like,
you can get rid of me.
yeah, like, don't send Jay, don't send those hitters after me, please.
Yeah.
I know you can
That's
send your
crazy.
hitters. And then people were like, okay, let's keep going, enjoying the show. Like, they just kept pushing him, brushing aside. But it's like, bro, this guy's making these really crazy allegations, like saying like this guy. But it's like, technically, yeah, anyone that's rich and famous can do that, can hire someone to kill someone. Doesn't mean that they need to.
Also, JayZ's a street nigga.
Yeah.
Or retired.
Right, retired
Right.
drug dealer. But the idea of him being Kanye, he's been that close to JayZ, he knows more than us if he's capable of doing that realistically. So to throw that out there is kind of
Yeah.
weird.
is I feel like in one of those rants he would have lost it and said it. You'd been like the same way he said about Diddy. There's mad videos resurfacing of Kanye saying it word for word.
Yeah.
Be careful of Diddy. Diddy is a weirdo. Like there's a lot of them. So I don't know about Hov.
A lot of people have said that, but Drake subbing JayZ doesn't really surprise me though. I feel like he's always had like that little brother complex, and you know he's probably one of the only rappers I can call JayZ for a feature though. But
Always.
JayZ has always sunned Drake, so I think he obviously probably feels some type of way that JayZ didn't choose him or not. But Young Money is very much like they still operate like hood niggas. So is if you're coming for one of mine, I gotta come for you now. And Drake is a superstar. It's a superstar against another superstar. I mean, I feel like the feud is just it's inspirational. I think Drake is fueled by drama.
Yeah. I feel like he knows how to get the people talking. So this post alone, as we have it behind us on the screen, for those who haven't seen it, here's the photo of Solange, right, with the bob cut, pissed off, fingers in the face. Classic photo. And then also, people did connect it. When I tweeted this, I made sure to just highlight this because this is what I found significant. But people did connect Aaliyah because he did post Aaliyah right after. All right, let me see if I spell it right. I always butcher.
That's so crazy.
Aaliyah.
2 A's.
Yeah, but it came up still. You know, Twitter does it's a correction on its own. Here was the photo. This is from the song that she has with DMX, the music video, right after the Solange post. Right? That's a big rabbit hole that I don't really want to dig into because that gets into the conspiracies of...
He dated her.
Well, that he dated her illegally while she was a minor. Allegedly, right? There's always been rumors of that, and also her death.
And also Dame Dash being engaged to her.
Dame Dash was engaged to her, but didn't she die on a plane?
Yeah, she did.
Right? And Dame Dash spoke to that on his YouTube channel. I watched it, the whole clip. He spoke about a couple things, right? But he also, Dame Dash highlighted where he feels like it's weird now after all this, where he feels like JayZ needs to speak. He feels like JayZ needs to speak. He says he's like homeboy got a couple answers. He got to answer a couple of these questions. He's like I hope he never did nothing like this, etc. But he says that he would have to go to therapy if any of this is true, because he specifically was talking about Aaliyah's death. Because he remembers that he had a conversation with JayZ at that time, or after that time, I think, when JayZ was about to do the R. Kelly album. Yeah, and he said that he was against it. Yeah, he didn't want R. Kelly, and he said that money from that album, I think none of it went to like Rockefeller. Like he didn't want nothing to do with the R. Kelly album because he felt like R. Kelly, it was inappropriate. You know, he didn't want to be involved with that, especially because R. Kelly and Aaliyah.
And Aaliyah have a past.
And Dame was with Aaliyah, so he felt like to protect Aaliyah, he's like, I don't want no affiliation with that, etc. So that probably was something that obviously eventually snowballed into like their fallout, Dame Dash and JayZ, even though it was a bunch of other shit. But that actual, situation, I'm thinking about it now, I'm like, that would be crazy. Like if all this turns out to be true. But why would JayZ want Aaliyah to die?
I don't know. I feel like maybe I'm still naive because JayZ is the rap god. But when Aaliyah passed, it was like 2001. JayZ was still at the I wouldn't say he was fresh in his career, but he was like walking into his like biggest moment. And that's when September 11 happened and all that stuff, and he still went platinum. But when they did the autopsy on the pilot, it said that he was on drugs. So I'm like, what would be the correlation? And also, like,
who was on drugs? JayZ was on drugs?
The pilot.
The pilot was on drugs.
The pilot that drove that rode Aaliyah's thing. And then they were saying the equipment from the music video, because they were coming from the Rock the Boat shoot, it was too heavy. And they were saying that, they were trying to separate the crew. And allegedly she said, no, I want to be with my crew. So I don't know. There's just so many conspiracy theories. I hope it's not true, obviously, but at this point, anything could be true. It's a wild scenario, but I can see why people would try to connect those dots. But I think it's a little bit of a reach.
I think Drake's doing what Kendrick did to him.
Just trolling.
Run a conspiracy.
But he's doing it to JayZ?
Yeah. And probably because he's upset over the whole Super Bowl thing. That whole speech he gave at the concert, That just shows me Drake. What happened between him and Kendrick really fucked him up. That nigga is crashing out, and he's just being more honest about how he feels. The thing is like, you're not. Stop doing that. Shut up. Like, stop talking. Like, you're not helping your case. And I think he's very emotional. I think he's in a very upset state of mind. I think that whole situation pissed him off, as it would anyone else. You got bullied. You really got bullied off the block.
Took a big L.
He took a big L. He really got knocked off the block. And it's like, that doesn't mean you can't come back. That doesn't mean this isn't still your block. But it's like, you're gonna just hop on a mic and start rambling and ranting and just sound like a fucking loser. Like, you gotta have some composure, some demeanor. So when I seen that post, I'm like, oh, okay.
The chat's saying, not to cut you off also, but they said they mentioned Timbaland. Timbaland was also in love with Aaliyah. Remember, and he kind of, I think he revealed that more recently, too.
Yeah, his wife looks like her, too.
Yeah, no, that's weird behavior.
Wife.
Yeah.
That's weird.
So people, they're saying, Timbaland was, shout out to Angela. She says, Timbaland was in love with Aaliyah, too. It seems like a lot of people were. I think she knew something and people were making sure it didn't surface. It's like, man.
I could fully see a scenario where Drake is like, you know what, the same way you ran this little Epstein narrative about me, Kendrick, I'm gonna do it to JayZ. Let's have some
smear
fun.
Campaign.
Yeah, now it's just gonna be a smear campaign. And because the internet isn't like responsible, niggas are just gonna run with it and believe it.
Damn.
Right.
I don't like Drake playing into this
He's too big
conspiracy
for this.
wormhole. You too big for this. Like, why are we not getting this Party Next Door and Drake album that you said we were gonna get when summer was over? Summer's over. I'm taking the air conditioners are coming down, heaters are coming on. Where's this album? Like, why are we not getting back to like regular scheduled programming? Maybe something's happening, right? Though I feel like legally behind the scenes, lawyers are being reached out to.
Yeah.
Drake's probably reaching out to lawyers because Diddy might have, like I said before, might have been the straw that broke the camel's back. He might be in there snitching, and that might be him lying, exaggerating, pointing names out, tying people into things to save his own ass. JayZ
I wouldn't put it past him.
was a consistent, no matter how we look at it, right? I love JayZ, legend. I think one of the best things to ever happen arguably to humanity has been JayZ's existence, just for the impact he's caused in culture. I love him. But he was very close to Diddy. Like, he was at all the parties next to him. Like, it wasn't like niggas just attended. We know people that have attended, like, oh, they just be there. They always go. But he was, like, hand in hand with him. Like, it was, like, their party. Rock Nation Brunch, the same thing. It was their parties. Like, they were always together. So people are going to kind of be like, what's going on? Like, did you not know other stuff?
I have a conspiracy.
What's your conspiracy?
Uh-oh.
I think he knew. I just don't think he cared. I think there's this big misunderstanding of how powerful money is. If your goal is to make money and be a businessman, the thing is because we glorify money and businessmen, so we think they can't be this immoral. But I can fully see a scenario where JayZ was so driven by his pursuit for money and success that it's not that he acted like Diddy, but he probably saw Diddy behaving that way and said, yeah, okay. That's what white people do.
I was gonna say,
White
JayZ
CEOs
moves
does
like
that
a
shit.
politician.
He moves like a white CEO, like a white politician. Like, he moves, like, we've heard stories of this, of white CEOs allowing rappers to crash out. There's the whole Leo Cohen when he was on the Breakfast Club, and Leo was like, I gotta feed my people, I gotta feed my family. I don't, like, it's okay if this rapper raps about lean and murder. And it's like, yeah, that's that white people shit.
Yep.
Like, business comes first.
I mean, he's
this
always
is the shit
done
y'all
business.
glorified.
Right. A lot of people have said he stepped on his whole Rockefeller team to get to the top.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if he knew. I just felt like, you know, sometimes it's like when you hang around niggas in the hood that are doing shit, but you don't say nothing. You know, you just keep it moving.
Because your goal is yourself. It's how
Right.
he knew Beanie was a crash out. He just let him crash out. Like, you just,
Crazy.
bro, sometimes, bro,
He's selfish.
money comes first. For that, to niggas like that, for niggas like that. It ain't about the morals. It's, yo, I gotta get to my fucking bag, bro. You can do whatever you want, weirdo.
Right.
But with the Drake shit, right? Do we think that Drake and JayZ have a real
Issue?
between each other? I don't think so. Because I think there's too many mutuals. Like, Drake did how many? Let me actually move this way more. Drake did how many? Wasn't it like 2 or 3 songs on Renaissance, or 2 of them? I know specifically he did the one that I like the most. Fuck, how does it go? The one I love that song.
I know what you're talking about. He also knew about the club out, the
the house music.
The
The
house
house
back.
music album, he heard it before
Yeah, that's
anyone else.
Renaissance. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
Renaissance.
Renaissance, yes,
The Renaissance album.
Yeah, he heard about it like
He works with JayZ.
2-3 years
He works
before.
with Drake. Works with Beyonce consistently.
Yeah,
right?
they've done other music on her
Yeah.
self-titled too.
100%. And Drake,
he wrote
did,
one of those songs. Yeah.
Yeah.
he wrote the whole song. There's a whole version of just the Drake song of it. I love that song. You gonna look it up, Christina?
Yeah.
Thank you. So, and I really do believe that Drake and JayZ have had business talks, right? Drake denied the Super Bowl offer twice. I think it was 2020 and 2021. JayZ was the one sending him these offers. He said no to them, right? So I don't think that he's mad necessarily like, oh, why did you maybe not go with me? He might be feeling some type of way as to, oh, you went with Kendrick during this beef?
Yeah.
Because who wouldn't? It's like, it's kind of weird.
I think this is newer beef.
But I
Yeah.
would hope that they had like maybe some communication
The
about
song
it.
is Heated by Beyonce. by the way.
Heated,
Yeah,
heated. I'm heated.
Yeah, I've heard on Twitter.
The
Drake version.
There you go.
Heated.
Yeah, that's a good song.
I'm
The
heated.
Drake version is pretty good.
I'm heated.
I'm gonna tell you straight up, bro.
And he got like 2 classics with her, right? When you're a good girl, you're all down with how much time is
Mine.
with you. Stop making a big thing out of a little thing. Just carry it away.
That's a huge.
I
It's
know.
one of Beyonce's like most viewed videos on YouTube. Like it's like
know.
one of her biggest songs. Technically, if you go by analytics, like on just viewership,
I know.
is that one. Like it's
insane.
crazy.
I know.
bro.
But I'm gonna tell you this.
Girls
bro.
love Beyonce.
Oh no, Girls Love Beyonce is amazing. This is the issue. When you said I would hope they would talk, why? It's business. Shut up. I'm talking like I'm talking like if I really live that mindset of money comes first, who
He
cares?
doesn't need to console anybody.
No, I'm gonna console
Like,
with
come
you.
on.
What you crying for? What are you crying for? It's
This is-
business.
But
why
because
would
this
he
is gonna be
turn
a
it down
Drake-
twice and then be mad to not get
and not
chose?
mad that I picked this nigga. Come on, bro.
That's weird.
That's Drake's hypocrisy. No, 100%. There's hypocrisy there. But I would think he'll feel some type of way because I do think like this is gonna be a Drake diss party at this rate. And so we
It
get the
does
new
sound like
album. We don't know what's gonna happen.
I agree.
And now they said that there's rumors. Bloomberg said that Drake is not Drake. Kendrick is preparing a tour after the
that
Super
would
Bowl.
make sense.
So it's like, I would love to see a tour, but are we gonna get Not Like Us live? Like, is this gonna be like a whole like Drake rollout,
I
Drake
hope
this
not.
rollout? You know what I'm saying?
I hope
Like,
not, too.
I want to get another sound, like another music. Like, are we get another project?
We probably
mean-
will get that October.
I was supposed to say he
This
did
month?
put a date out, and then that preview before the Not Like Us video.
He hinted new music.
Yeah, and it didn't sound like it was any kind of diss. So I'm not sure. Kendrick is unpredictable. He's too quiet. He moves quietly. It's hard to predict his move. Drake is the one that's like loud
Yeah.
and always doing the most.
I don't like this Drake shit, man. This post was so weird. This Solange shit. Like, what is?
But he is
The
a big
post
fan of
was
Aaliyah too. Those things could be separate, and he knew that it would raise brows.
what I'm
But
saying.
he's just a huge fan of Aaliyah. I think he goes back to Aaliyah for like inspo. Maybe he's hinting like 2 different sides, 2 different types of projects.
Yeah.
Solange like the angry version of things, and then Aaliyah going back to the R&B type shit.
Because he did over the weekend go to a party in Toronto. It's called Nostalgia. And he was, and we're going to talk about, he had a speech there talking about his friends. We're going to play in a second. But then also, he was posting stories from that party, and it's called Nostalgia. So I'm thinking, okay, he's going to post some nostalgic photos. If he just posted Aaliyah, that would make sense. Like, oh, nostalgic pic, right? And he also dressed with like a nostalgic jersey. He wore like a Volca. I forgot the name of the company, but it's like an old school vodka company jersey. You can't even find it. You got to go on eBay to find it. It's like a vintage jersey that Nelly would wear that brand all the time. I didn't even know that until I researched this weekend. I'm like, what is he wearing? I'm like, this is an old shirt. Look it up. Nelly would wear that brand all the time. You can't find that. It's like a discontinued brand. So he's kind of paying homage to like the old school nostalgic. And he had like the blueberry, not blueberry, blackberry on his hip and everything in the clip. So I'm like, okay, maybe nostalgia. But then the Solange shit is still like,
It's out of
it's
context.
nostalgia.
Yeah.
But why would you highlight that nostalgia?
I feel like Drake
Mood?
is fighting for his life. I think you're right. I think the beef threw him off, like his track.
Shit
what he was
happens.
Crashing
gonna
out.
do.
Drake's crashing out.
His strategy, maybe.
You get hit hard enough,
Right.
you forget where you are.
Nah, that ass. Get a little dizzy, get a little woozy. And I think he's like fighting for his life to stay inspired and keep his head in the game. And that's probably why he's going to like that
He's fucked up
nostalgia
right now.
thing. Yeah, he's trying to go back to like Drake, like so far gone. Like, I don't know. He's trying shit.
He's also petty. Like I really,
Very.
I think he's just
He's a
pushing narratives.
Scorpio.
Yeah, he's just pushing narratives. The crash out at the party that showed me a lot. Like,
He's losing it.
Yeah. God bless. He needs to shut up. You know, niggas need to shut up. Like, Jesus.
Shout out to the chat. Vocal. Yeah, Vocal with a K was Nelly's clothing brand.
Vocal.
Thank you, Chris Payne. That's what it was. Vocal. That was his clothing brand. Oh, wow. I thought it was like a vodka company. I was like, what the hell is Vocal? Then Nelly got to bring it back then because Drake making that shit pop again. And then we have Steve Solo in the chat saying, but to be real, the powers that be let you live until you break away or go against the grain. That's exactly what Puff started doing. 50 touches on that. He pissed off one of those white people off, blah, blah, blah. But I understand that. That's more of like thing to Diddy. I don't think it has nothing really to do with Jay because Jay always strays the fence, right? When people call him a hypocrite for it, where like he'll be for the culture, but then he still works with quote unquote, for lack of better terms, just the white people of the industry, right? He's working with NFL, right? He made everyone, let's go with the title. No one supported it, and it's fucked up. People should have supported it, but then, let me sell it, right? Duce, let me sell it. He's selling everything, right? The casino, he's doing the casino situation, but I could see him in the future, whereas like he might not want to own the casino. He'll probably sell it to MGM or something. They've run the full casino now in the future.
Is that the partnership with Fans Club? Is it the sports
FanDuel.
partnership?
Well, that's different because he has the Fanatics sports book that he's the founder of, and he's bringing that. They're doing like sports books at casinos now, so like you can bet on sports, and there'll be like a sports betting hangout area. So Fanatics is bringing that to casinos. So they brought one to Atlantic City. So I think he's probably gonna bring that to the casino that he's trying to bring in New York. More than likely, it makes more sense. Right? They just got to get the financial clearances. I think there's never been in the history of New York a casino. So he's trying to do that.
There's one in Queens.
Oh, there's?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So what's the whole hoopla about this one?
You have to get licenses for it.
Yeah.
But they're making it seem like this is the first casino. Maybe because of location, because it's in the middle
Well,
of
it's also
Manhattan.
JayZ.
There's probably never been a casino, man.
That's
what it is?
Yeah.
That's like wealthy area.
Yeah.
And you don't put stuff like that there.
Madison Square Garden is over there.
It's like in the middle of everything, like in the
Wall
middle of the
Street,
crowd.
Yeah. It's probably because they're afraid of the crowd it's going to bring.
Yeah, because the area kind of it's 24 hours already, but I've been there in the middle of the night. There's not much foot traffic, but with a casino, it's going to up the foot traffic and everything in the middle of the night. Like
more that degenerates. It's true, bro. Yo, you ever been in a casino? Oh, you have been. We went together.
Oh, I thought you meant the downtown New York. It smells like shit sometimes.
No, bro. The casinos, it's kind of hell on earth, and it brings us
cigarettes.
Yeah, straight cigarettes. It's a lot of people who are trapped in their addictions. So I could imagine the push is gonna be this. If you thought this casino was gonna be for like us, you're crazy. It's gonna be like an elite.
It's gonna be Lux.
It's gonna be like elite shit, bro. No way they're gonna be having some crackheads up in there gambling. You're crazy. You're crazy.
But yeah, I don't know. We'll move on from this, but I don't know. This is very weird to me. This is one of the weirdest things that Drake's done. Just cause if it was like Kendrick related, I get it. Cause he's being emotional. Like he's been kind of emotional with this shit. Like whatever.
He's always emotional.
Yeah, but then the JayZ one is like, why are we gonna highlight JayZ's lowest moment of his career?
Because he's petty and upset.
You're doing something. You're trying to poke the bear, right? And then people online is like, I don't know if that's a bear you want to poke. It's like I get it, right? Because JayZ, he can rap better than Drake. He can diss Drake back.
Got mad lawyers.
And he has legally has more money, probably more legal, everything. He can go at Drake at that level. But why, he hasn't responded to anything else. So why would he respond to Drake? JayZ hasn't said shit about anything. And it's like, I don't see that happening that route.
Pride.
Since Drake's involved, now let me talk.
It's just to continue sunning him.
Yo, it's two prideful niggas.
But then... Yeah,
it's just one can put his pride away for money. The other one seems to struggle with that sometimes. God
the only
bless.
way this makes sense is if Drake knows some shit that we don't about JayZ.
You really think he's not just pushing the narrative?
Without knowing anything?
Yeah.
Nah.
Kendrick just did it. And you believed it. Now I'm saying you believe the narrative. I mean, you believe that that Kendrick never had real information. Yo, Vic, you can't have that energy, bro. You can't say Kendrick was lying on Not Like Us and then say Drake isn't lying here. That's not fair.
They both said lies.
Well, we don't know what the fuck he means, no. You're going off of an assumption. He might just posted that shit on some throwback shit. And Hove texted him right after, yo, what was that about? He's like, nah, bro, I'm just posting nostalgic pics.
Oh, nostalgia pics? You getting your ass beat in the elevator? That's not a nostalgia pic.
Well,
he's trying to spread a narrative.
Ass.
Yeah, like he's trying to spread a narrative. Like I get it, bro. Kendrick did the same thing for like 3 months and niggas was hyped. He's just playing game, bro.
It's crazy how Drake does some shit,
Trolling.
like posts something on his story, and it's like
The whole world
Viral.
shit.
the whole world goes crazy, but it's because that's the only way that he communicates. And that was a clip from our podcast, the Club Ambition podcast. Cap, if you're looking to watch the full episode, make sure to go check it out right now. It's available on audio and also on YouTube.